Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to take a look at Arizona Sunshine Remake. We're doing a side-by-side comparison, but we're also asking the important question, is it worth paying $10 to get this upgrade, this remake version? And the too long didn't look at the whole video answer is, yeah, I think it's worth it. There's a big graphical improvement from the original. Now, obviously, I'm a big fan of the original. For those of you who were buying into VR early in 2016 or 2017, you know that when Arizona Sunshine was released, this was a momentous occasion for VR. This was like a full game. It had story and it had pretty good production values. And for the time, it was a game changer. But if you played it recently, and I played a little bit of it recently in 2024, in fact, this is the side by side comparison that you're seeing, it has several issues, and it really doesn't stand the test of time. You could sort of tell that the original game was meant for teleportation, although they did add slide locomotion later on, or full smooth locomotion later on. You can tell that it just wasn't part of the original game. And one of the things is that the game is just overall clunky compared to modern VR shooters. And the remake really does improve on this. It makes it feel like it's not just a graphical upgrade, but overall it just feels a lot smoother. I did run into some issues, so it's not perfect. I hope the devs maybe look at this video and see some of the issues. The biggest issue that I came across with the Arizona Sunshine Remake is going down a ladder and it wouldn't let me. I'd teleport right back up to the top. It wouldn't let me actually climb down the ladder, which I thought was weird because you can climb up. But when I tried climbing down, I would just teleport right back up to the spot where I was. But overall, I would say this remake is excellent, especially if you love the original. And you'll notice that it does look a little bit foggy. I did try messing with the settings to make it look clearer. I don't know if I did a good job, but it does look excellent, but it does have a little bit of a hazy look. I did turn off the volumetric fog, and I think that helped a lot. And you'll see, I think a little bit later on, that I made those changes, and I think it does look better. And playing through this section, it just felt a lot smoother. The graphics looked a lot better, in my opinion. And I hope I'm doing it justice. Like I said, I do change the graphical settings somewhere along the way where I turn off volumetric fog and I turn up the graphics, the render scale, to make it look better. And I think I get it to look better later on. But I think that, it's not so much the graphical upgrade, because, the graphics were okay. But I think it's the adjustments to VR. It's a much better feeling holstering the weapons. It feels much better moving around in the world. And it just, those little adjustments, going up ladders, interacting with objects, it just feels better in the remake versus the original version. So even though I do think the graphics look substantially better, it's really just the VR smoothness, the improvements in making it just a more smooth and polished experience that make it better. But like I said, I did have an issue with the ladder. But other than that, I think the remake is the much better version of the game. So if you're a fan of the original, I think you will love this remake. This is definitely the definitive edition to play. And for $10, I think it is worth it to spend that much for the remake. Now, I'm not being paid by the devs or anything like that. I bought the original, and I bought the DLC as well, and I bought the remake with my own money. So I have no motivation at all other than to give you guys my honest opinion on this game. But like I said, you can tell there's a little bit of a haze there, and that's the one thing that I would say about the remake as far as when I played it. But it does get better when I turn off the volumetric fog. But overall, I think it just looks much better. The original, I think, had a little bit like a cartoony look to it, and it just really didn't look that good, especially compared to modern VR shooters. And I think this remake version just makes it look a lot better, even though from this YouTube video, probably not the best, given, like I said, the little haziness in there. But once we get out of that haziness, I think you can see that the graphics are much better on the remake, and I think you can tell. I haven't labeled which one is the original and which one is the remake, but I think you can tell for yourself. The other issue is the loading screen. So for some reason, the remake has this loading screen, which it really shouldn't have. I don't know why it's there, but I would say that's the other big issue, is the loading screen. But you know, it looks so much better, and I think right now you're able to tell that difference, even though earlier it was looking rather hazy. I think, and even right now, it's not as clear as it should be, but the visuals overall are much better. If someone can tell me how I can make it look even clearer than this. Like I said, I did mess with the settings. I did turn off the volumetric fog. I did increase the render scale, but I did notice like a little bit of haziness, and I'd just like it to look a little bit clearer. But I could really tell that it wasn't as clear as it could have been. That would be my I guess a little bit of a complaint there as far as the visual upgrade. But overall, like I said, the weapon handling is better. You can two-hand weapons. The holster is better. Movement is better. You can climb. You can use melee weapons. So overall, I do think it's worth the $10 to upgrade if you love the original. And you know, whether you want to go back there is a personal opinion. I personally am happy to relive some memories, you know, some nostalgia. It's weird that we would have nostalgia in 2024 for VR, but those of us who played this back in the day know that, you know, Arizona Sunshine holds a special place in our hearts. Not that it was the best game when it came out, because it really wasn't, but it was by far the best zombie shooter when it was released, and it blew everything else that had come prior out of the water. So that's why it holds a special place in our hearts. It's got a good story, actually. I think it was just held back by the technology. So it didn't have the best visuals possible, and the VR interactions weren't the best. I kind of feel like this game was made for the HTC Vive wands, and that held it back. I did not like how early VR was based around the HTC Vive wands, and I think a lot of developers were afraid to make games with full locomotion and smooth turning. And early days of VR, a lot of games wanted to be room scale, and so that's why we have issues where it feels clunky today to play those games that were made in the early days of modern VR. But yeah, I think it's worth the $10. And I don't want to talk through the whole video, so I'm just going to let you enjoy this side-by-side comparison. And towards the end, I just show the Arizona remake, and you can tell for yourself if this is something that you want to spend $10 on. I was happy to do it. I'm not going to score or rate it. I'll just say, yeah, I think it's worth $10. I think it's a no-brainer for me. If you like the original, I think it's a no-brainer to get the upgrade. But you know, if you didn't like the original, well, it's basically the same game, just with, you know, upgraded graphics and more smooth and polished experience. So you can tell here the water looks so much better. So, you know, I definitely think the remake is much better, but it's not perfect. I think fixing the haziness would be the number one thing. Number two would be the ladder, which you'll see a little bit later on in the video. And I think performance was good. I was pushing it to the max, so keep that in mind. I wasn't getting a steady 90 frames per second, but I was pushing my RTX 3080 to the limit with what I was trying to accomplish. Although I did turn off volumetric fog. So keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. This has been my Let's Play side-by-side comparison, and just asking the question: Is it worth it? Is it worth $10 to upgrade to Arizona Sunshine Remake? I think it is. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Whew. That took quite a bit of ammo. Let's see if I can find some more in these cars. Someday. Relaxing, smoking a little. Look at all these cars. Looks like they're all running from a horde. Well, speaking of the bastards. Again, brought all his friends. Whew. Maybe I can get around. Took quite a bit of ammo. Let's see if I can find some more in these cars. Huh. That car belongs to the old Dutchman mine. Bet it has some useful stuff. Let's check it out. Old Dutchman mine, huh? Underground tours. Well, at least underground means no sun. Let's do this. They're probably the ones broadcasting that radio signal. ticket office. Fred once again brought all his friends. Maybe I can get around here. Huh. The car belongs to the old Dutchman mine. But it has useful stuff. Let's check it out. It's locked. Alright, I'm gonna need the key. It might be in the ticket office. Old Dutchman mine, huh? Underground tours. Oh, no car. At least underground means no sun. Let's do this. Hello? Anyone here? Yes, it still works. Let's check it out. Oh, a winch, huh? Oh, shit! Turn it off, turn it off. Fuck! Here they come! Hey, Fred. What you doing? Chilling? Gotcha. Yes, still works. Let's check it out. Oh, a winch, huh? Shit! Turn it off, turn it off. Fuck! Fuck, here they come!